Hello, Aries. It is time for your mid January update. We'll start off as usual with an oracle card to see what your primary energy or theme is for the second half of this month. And you have distraction. Distraction, distraction, distraction. Now, is this a distraction, something you need to do to distract yourself, or are you dealing with distractions? I think you're dealing with distractions. Did you have distractions in the first half of the month? I don't know. But it's going to feel, you may be a little bit frustrated because it's going to feel like things keep getting in your way. The intent here, though, is to slow you down a little bit so that your timing when you get there is exactly what it needs to be. So, for the goal or whatever it is, you may have been a little bit too ambitious for what it is you want to accomplish, or at least the timing for when you want to accomplish it. So, try to be patient with the distractions, try to appreciate them for the guidance that they're intended to be. Although, be it Aries, that's going to be frustrating, period. So, try not to get impatient, try not to rush things because that's when things are just going to fall apart. And you're going to miss the goal, or something's going to be wrong, or you're going to miss a key detail in something. So, have patience and try to go with the flow with all the distractions going on. And recognize that they are there to help guide you to the timing or correct the timing that you have going on. That feels like the purpose of this. Let's see what your tarot cards have to say about that. I have the King of Swords, the Death card, the Six of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. So my initial review here, let's see, we're starting with swords, ending with cups in court cards, which indicate other people potentially that are helping or guiding you here a little bit. And yeah, this is a key moment. It's a key moment, the Death card is saying, because it's going to help redirect something for you and allow a transformation within you to happen. Maybe it is to force you to be more methodical for this, whatever this is that you have going on, whatever your goal is here. It needs to be done more methodically, more facts, a little less passion. I mean, you can still be passionate about what it is because you believe in this strongly, but you need to rein it in just a little bit so that everything falls into place exactly as it needs to. And that will lead you to victory and maybe even some new ideas. Now let's get into each of the individual cards. So starting off here with the King of Swords. Swords are an air element. This could potentially be an Aquarius, a Gemini. Who's my other air element? Why can't I remember them? Libra. Oh my goodness. Well, it could definitely be Libra because that is a cardinal sign and we have a king here. So the king is more masculine energy. It is definitely somebody who's very much in charge, is somebody who knows exactly what they're doing. Air element too, or swords in general, this has to do with communication. They're more interested in facts and logic and practicality and planning and making sure everything is set up and ready to go. So this is probably an advisor or somebody you can leverage to help you plan this, or maybe adjust your plan to fit everybody else's schedule so that things come off without a hitch. So this could be somebody who can help you with the planning aspect of this. So leverage that if you know that person, or you can find somebody who's like that, or maybe you can get inspired by somebody on YouTube or something with their planning hacks. Work toward that. Again, this person's really good at this. They may even do it as part of their regular job. So maybe somebody in project planning or some like life coaching, even in a way. Although I would say more of a business, definitely more business focused, because they are, again, about the facts and the figures. They're not going to care about how you feel about something. If you have a goal and you have a date that you want to reach that goal by, they can assess how everything is going. They can assess your budget. They can assess everything and let you know when you need to do certain things. If there's some legal aspects, permits, whatever you need, they can help you determine the timing needed for that. And maybe that's the key here, is there's a permit or something that maybe got missed or that you need to get filed, but it takes 2 weeks for that thing to come through. And that could be what your slowdown is, or what one of the distractions might be. I think too with the distraction is this also about making sure you keep your focus and don't get distracted by other things along the way in order to make this a success. So check with this person. Maybe you engage this person as your planner, and they can go through the checklist and help you make sure you got everything ready and that things are staying on target. And then we have this death card here. This is a major arcana card. This is typically, it's the death of, it's like a mini death. It is not a literal death. This is the end of one way of life for you, or not even necessarily one life. I would narrow it down to one subject area. I don't know if by engaging this person, they help give you the tools you need to change how you do things going forward. So it could be like the end of your chaos period when it comes to this thing, or whatever this is for you, to your more focused and driven period, where you have your eye on the goal and you have a plan to go with it. That's what this feels like. Recognizing that sometimes you do have to have a plan set up, a checklist, things in place to make sure you're staying on track to hit the target and the date that you want to hit. I don't think you'll hit the date you want to hit this month necessarily. Well, you may, but the timing is going to be tight, and that's all tied to the distraction. So you have to have the plan to help manage the potential static that may come in and interfere with those plans or interfere with the timeline. And then we have the Six of Wands here. Fire element, just for you. The Six of Wands is a victory card. This is a card saying you got it done. You won the battle. You won the competition. You came out on top. Other people are inspired by what it is you're doing or what you have done recently. And you may be getting people reaching out to you that want to talk about how you got to where you are, how you managed to pull through, what is your story, because they want to be inspired. They want to feel like they have a chance and an opportunity to do this too. So you may be getting a lot of recognition for this success. Some of you are going to be comfortable with that. Others of you are going to be a little bit like, okay, you know what? Everybody does their own thing, and this just happens to be how I do things. Or maybe what you do is throw some of that credit to this person who helped you with the planning to get that started. Or maybe what your recommendation to others is going to be now, the way you are now after this transformative point here, is say, always have a plan. Have a really solid plan in place. And if you can't figure that out, find somebody who can. But you have a great wisdom to share as a result of just this a little bit right here. So share that knowledge if you can and if you're comfortable with that. And then we have the Ace of Swords. So still in that communication, ideas, beliefs kind of vibe. This time it's the Ace though. The Ace is that first step. It is the inspiration. It's the idea that pops up one day and catches your imagination and maybe gets you excited and you want to learn more about it. That's what this is. Something that occurs to you, you could do, maybe add in, or maybe your next project or whatever the next phase of this that it could be, where you can take this next. This is what's going to have you excited, and you may be digging in and figuring out, how can I fit this in? How can I add this into my plan? How can I enrich my life with this? Because it feels like it's something that's going to just enrich your life, maybe make things easier in some way, if you can make it happen. So examining the budget and things like that, figuring out, is this feasible or not, before you actually add it into the plan officially. But anticipation and excitement around this. And then we have the Knight of Cups. So this is somebody who is, let's say, recent college graduate, because that's the easiest way to kind of describe the vibe of this person. They have the degree, but they don't have any experience yet. And this is Cups, which has to do with emotions and things like that. They read the book on relationships. They downloaded the app, right? But they haven't actually gone on a date yet. They haven't actually gone out there yet. They're excited about it. They're ready to go. They're raring to get that experience. And that's what they're all about right now, is just going out there and figuring out what works for them and what doesn't. Gaining that experience, learning how to interact with people in different ways. On an emotional level. This is about the emotional connections that they're going to be forging. So this is not somebody who's ready to commit to anything long term right now, not on an emotional level anyway. They can seem very fun. They could seem flirty. They may possibly be related to this person because of the rose that with this, right? The king is smooth if you were to describe these two, right? The knight's just figuring stuff out. They're a little bit clumsy. They're going to say the wrong things. They're going to make the wrong steps, okay? They're going to get hurt and they're going to hurt other people. Not necessarily intentionally because they're still figuring things out. The king got all his stuff down. He's got everything worked out. So that's the difference between these two people in the confidence level. Passionate, definitely willing to try things out, but not ready to commit to anything right now because they don't know what they want. Why is this person here for you here? This may be the distraction toward the end of the schedule, toward the end of your plan. Is that what this is? Yeah, this is a distraction. Maybe this is a good distraction for you. Trying to feel into that. It could be. It could be somebody you meet, you're just going out to date and have a good time and not with no commitments right now. It's lighthearted, it's friendly energy. Yeah, and there's no pressure. There's no pressure with this. So this may be your reward a little bit at the end of this with your success and your new ideas and things. This could also be a potential distraction for the next thing. So keep that in mind as you're planning for the oh. It was just my video catching up. Sorry about that. So that's how yeah, the vibe this is just maybe it's a fling, but this is just temporary or it's just a good conversation with somebody in an elevator. A little flirtatious, but again, lighthearted and it uplifts your spirit, right? You're leaving with a smile. You're not leaving grumpy or irritated or anything like that. So at a minimum, this is just a lighthearted, fun encounter with somebody, which is a good way to end the month. And that, Aries, is what I have for you for your mid-January update. Please hit that like button. Please share this with others. Please comment below to let me know if this resonates with you or not. And because the YouTube algorithm likes that, why not? And please subscribe to help me grow my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.